Hello and welcome to the Break a Leg Theater Manager demo video. For this video, we're going to go through the process of basically an overview of the Theater Manager portal. We have the Theater Manager portal and the app, which is for cast and crew, theater managers for directors and anybody who's kind of managing a show. Anyway, so here we are on the home page. I'm going to go ahead and click in the upper right corner. There's the Theater Manager button. And since we're going right from the beginning, I'm going to go to create a profile. Just going to enter in my information here. Okay, once I've entered the information, I'll go ahead and click submit. Okay, so now it's going to ask me for verification code, which is just been sent to my phone. So I'm going to look that up. Okay. And submit. All right, now we're in. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and claim. The first thing we have to do before we put any shows in, we have to associate ourselves with a theater. So we can click here to claim a theater. And I'm going to go and click add a theater. Let's see. We'll just we'll find something in New York, shall we? I think I was going to do this one, Palace Theater. Okay. All right. So then the next step is to actually claim the theater. And let me do that first. Now what this does is it will send an email to that email address, but it has to be associated with the domain name of the theater. If you don't have kind of a dedicated email account with the theater, you just contact support and we can connect you to the theater. But in this case, I'm going to go ahead and click send code. All right. So now I have it also here. I have the code I've just received. It would typically go to the email account, but I have it setting just to my phone for now because I don't obviously have a email address at that particular address. So. All right, so now that I've claimed the theater, if you like, you can go in and add other users. Now I had this in there before, that's why this person's in there already. But you can add, go ahead, delete it. You can add somebody who has a break-a-leg account, and they'll be added to the admin users for that particular theater. All right, so now that we have a theater, we can add a show. So I'm going to go to the upper right corner, click add show, and it's going to be for Palace Theater. If you're associated with multiple theaters, you can have a drop down. You can pick different theaters, but I'm going to go ahead and put any. Now we have quite a few shows already in the system that we've imported from ChatGPT and other things. So if it's the right show, you just go ahead and confirm the show. And now your show has been added. So now you have the basic show information, and a number of other features. So I'm going to go over the show info first. Let's see, we're going to have rehearsals starting. Oh, let's start. Let's start June 1st. And the opening date is, let's call it, I don't know, July 24th. Closing date, say it's August 3rd. Okay, so a lot of shows or a lot of theaters have multiple casts, so it allows you to put up to 3 casts. I'm going to put 2. I'm going to call the first one Alpha and the second one Omega. And I'm going to say that some roles are allowed to have understudies. All right, so that'll come in handy later. So I'm going to click Update Show Info. All right, so that information is now in there. Auditions. Now this is if you want, because within the app it allows performers to search for shows and theaters that have auditions. So if you put your audition as visible, it'll allow them to see your audition information. So I'm going to go in person, virtual, or both. I'm going to say both. The in person, the audition date is, let's say May 15th. Okay. In person time, 7 p.m. Virtual deadline date, we'll say, call it May 15th at like, I don't know, 11 p.m. Okay. Audition location, we're going to say the Palace Theater. If we want to have, if there's a different place besides, if there's a different location for auditions than the theater itself, you can put that information here, but I'm just going to put Palace Theater. Additional information would be like if there's multiple audition dates, we're only going to add the first audition date, but sometimes there's like multiple audition dates, or like where to send your virtual submission, etc. Like basically any information you want them to know, you can put that in here. So I'm going to go ahead and click Update Audition Info. All right, so that's done. The next thing we're going to do, I'm going to come back to characters, but you can see that the characters have all been imported, and you can designate whether they have understudies or not right there. But I'm going to skip over to cast and crew, and what we're going to do is create an invitation code. So basically what this allows you to do is create a code that you can share with your cast, and then they can use that code to join the show. So I'm on my phone right now, so what I'm going to do using my performer account is, just bear with me 1 second here. I'm logging in currently to the app, and I'm going to join the show using that code. So I'm going to type in 114003. Submit. Okay. So now I've added myself to that show. So if I go to a different tab and then go back here, there I am listed as a performer. Okay, so that's how you add performers to your show, or cast, or crew, or whatever. The other way is if somebody's already kind of created, like within the app, it allows you to favorite theaters, like to say this theater's, one of my favorite theaters. This here will allow you to pick from those people who have already favorited. So I'm going to go ahead and just add a few more here. All right. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and stop. So now I have my fake people here who are all cast. So I'm going to set them as performers. Okay. So we'll come back to that in a second. But I'm going to jump ahead to rehearsal schedule. So what this does is it allows you to set basically your rehearsal schedule. So if you generally have like a schedule of, let's say, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, for example. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 7 o'clock. Saturdays at 2 or something like that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday. I'm going to put 7 p.m., 10 p.m. And I'm just going to click apply to all, so that'll just pre-populate everything. Then I could go down here and I could change this from 2 to 5 just to, to mix it up a little bit. So then I click generate schedule, and it will basically create the schedule. Now, if you want to go in and remove some dates, say it's like, oh, no, we're not meeting on this Saturday. Let's go ahead and delete this one. Okay, fine. Go ahead and delete that. And then maybe we need to add another one for having a special rehearsal on, let's see, let's call it the Sunday the 29th. Sure, whatever. 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Okay. So that adds that rehearsal there. So then what we could do is go into a specific date and say, here's when things start. We can say, give information about, okay, the rehearsal. So let's see, going over music. And everyone's called. So we'll go ahead and save changes. All right. So now it'll update here. It'll say called all. All right. So now that we've created our schedule, then the performers can actually enter their conflicts. They can enter their conflicts through the app. So what I'm going to do here, this is the one that I've created here. Right now you can see I have no conflicts entered right here. But I'm going to very quickly, through the app, add a conflict. Let's say June 2nd. And I'm going to say doctor's appointment. All right. Okay. So now that I've added that, I'm going to go ahead and click that button again, and lo and behold, my conflict is in there. Now I have the option as well within the app, and I'm just going to do that right now. Just checking to say, okay, all my conflicts have been entered. So if you click off and then come back here, you'll see there's a checkbox. So you can very easily see who has submitted all their conflicts, just by seeing the boxes that are checked and not checked here. All right. So yeah, so that's it. So it'll show, if I go to the actual date, it shows the conflict. All right. So that is basically an overview of entering a theater, entering a show, and entering the rehearsal schedule. The other thing you can do, now that I have the cast and crew in, you can assign characters to specific people. So I'm going to click edit, and Angela Jenkins. Now we can say which cast they're a part of. So 1 or 2, or Alpha and Omega, either one. I'm going to do both for fun. All right. And let's go to Daddy Warbucks. I'm going to say Chris Nethers as alpha and understudy. Okay. Oops, let me do that again. And then also Omega. Okay. So now we have 2 people assigned to the role for the different casts. All right. So now, if we go under rehearsal schedule, we have the option to select like what cast. So if I want to say just alpha cast, it'll select only the people that are in the alpha cast. So it's just a way of kind of pre-selecting. So I think, all right. So I think that will conclude the demo so far. And obviously, if you need more information, we can schedule an in-depth call. But thank you so much for listening and watching so far, and please check out our demo of our mobile app. Thank you very much. Bye.